Hello, and welcome to the final Halloween spooky month, whatever we're calling this thing, for the Criterion Connection. I am Wade.
And I'm Joe.
And today we are going to Japan and we are doing Onibaba from 1964. And
Hey, at least you got it off.
my mask is still on. Anyway, so I apologize if there's any makeup on my face still. Yeah, I showed last night, so I had makeup on and stuff like that. So today we're doing our last Halloween Criterion. I hate saying last because everyone's like, last Criterion Connection? But yeah, this is a movie that I watched a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really remember the plot as much as you probably do because you watched it last night. So I'll let you do it.
So you follow, well, the very beginning you see two wounded soldiers from, this is like 14th century Japan, I believe.
Yeah. I think it's exact 14th century.
Yeah, so it's like two different empires fighting each other and stuff. So two wounded, like samurai soldiers or whatever they are, walking through these reeds, and all of a sudden they collapse and rest, and then they get stabbed out of the bushes from these like shady objects. Turns out they're our protagonists. They are two women who kind of like ambush and steal stuff from soldiers to get money or trade for food and all that good stuff. And you follow them as they go about their normal lives until Hachi comes back. One of the people from their area. He lives in another hut, like, I don't know, a couple hundred meters away.
Yeah.
And he went into the military with the older woman's son and the younger woman's husband. And he shows back up alone saying that the son had died after they deserted. And basically he puts the moves on the younger woman, and the older woman does not like that because she needs the younger woman around to help her. And she also resents the fact that he came back alone without her son. And basically, we go from there until the climax,
which gets crazy.
Yeah, it's a slow burn.
Oh,
it's a real slow burn.
Yes, it's a very slow burn.
But it's just kind of building the tension between the characters. It's basically
because he's not a good guy either.
No,
he's not a good guy at all.
He gave me the creeps. Quite a bit.
He's creepier than like everything else in the movie, I think.
Yeah, and I'm really surprised he didn't take the older woman up on her offer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he seemed like that kind of guy. But he was really after the younger lady. But basically, he kind of seduces her in a way. He's like, hey, your husband's not coming, but I'm right here. Yeah. I'm like 200 yards that way, and you can come over and we can kernoodle all we want.
Was that word?
Kernoodle.
Is that a word? Is that a thing?
I don't know. I'm just saying it.
It's a Criterion kernoodle. What? Kernoodle?
Kernoodle. And basically the young woman does, and that makes the older woman a little bit more resentful for several reasons. She doesn't like being called an old woman.
Nope.
She doesn't like the fact that he came back and not her son. All these things. And what ends up happening is that this guy shows up at, like, this is the last, 20 minutes. So this is spoiler alert for everybody.
Yeah.
A guy shows up with a demon mask in her house. Mm-hmm. And he's like, show me where the road is. And she's like, get out of here, demon. As you would say, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes, ha, I'm not a demon. Show me where the road is. He's like, I'm a samurai and I got separated from my troops. I need you to show me where the road is. And she's like, I'm not going to show you where, you're going to just cut my throat as soon as you get there. Because samurai aren't as cool and honorable as people think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can be real assholes. So, that...
yeah.
You're like, okay, this lady's going to walk and she's going to die. And so she leads him to this big hole that they dispose of bodies in, and she like makes him trip into it and then kills him at the bottom.
Yeah.
And takes a shit. And she uses the demon mask to scare the young girl into not seeing Hachi anymore. Until the mask actually, like, adheres to her face.
Like the haunted mask.
Yeah. And it's a movie that has themes of, like, punishment and, like, where resent will get you and what, you know, meddling with other people is gonna do to you. Like, it's not bad. It's just a slow burn, and it's really not what you're expecting when you're like, a horror movie.
And you see the cover and you're like, oh shit!
Yeah, and it doesn't really get horrifying until like the last 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's when I walked into this movie. I was expecting, like, because they really heavily promote the fucking mask.
Yeah.
And
I think Scott really enjoys this movie.
Yeah, which is very weird because it's not his kind of movie.
Well, he doesn't like scary movies, and this one isn't entirely scary.
That's probably it.
This is much more of a human with supernatural elements.
Yeah, it kind of like says, oh, let's throw the kitchen sink at the end. You throw everything but the kitchen sink. They threw the kitchen sink in at the last. They just said, oh, here's a demon mask. Oh, okay. Because without the cover, I would have never known that. I've been like, oh.
Yeah, but it's a great image. It's a great... There's so many great images in this movie. And I really love the look of the reeds. Yeah. And the way they blew in the wind. The hole was cool, but I like the reeds more.
It's the lighting. The lighting really makes things great.
The lighting is great.
The shot choices. There's a lot of close-up shots on eyes. Like a lot of like in-your-face shots.
The demon mask is great.
It's the star.
It's great.
Downside is, like I said, it's a slow burn. It's an hour and a half, but it feels like it's...
The performances
3 hours.
Good. They're not great.
The old woman's the only really good there.
She's really good. The young woman's really good. Hachi is hit and miss.
He's a little bit of a cartoon character at times. He's a little more like,
what was it? What's his name? Ushi? Or the merchant guy?
Yeah.
He's barely in it, so he doesn't really matter.
Yeah, like it's kind of just those three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
I did too. I apologize if I seem like I'm really tired. I have 4 hours sleep. I'm really tired right now. And we just recorded a bunch of podcasts, so buy, rent, or skip.
I'm gonna say rent. I think it's a solid rent. I think it's worth watching at least once.
Yeah.
If you really like it, you can always buy it. But it's one of those ones where it's like it's a really slow, like, deliberate movie until the very end. And I think a lot of people, if they look at the case, if they hear about it, like, through, like, it's listed as a horror movie, I feel like they might feel cheated. Because it's not entirely that. It's a lot more.
Oh yeah, it's very character driven.
Yeah, and if you watch the trailer is fairly misleading as well. So it's one of those ones where it's you want to rent it first.
It's a character study more than a horror movie.
Yeah.
I'd say rent as well. Like I said, it's not something I would personally buy. I thought it was okay. I just thought it was fine. It wasn't the greatest movie I've ever seen. It ain't no Persona. That was the highlight of this month.
Was that part of this month, or was it? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Because that was the first one I think we did, right? Or was it the end of Music Month?
I forgot already. But anyway,
we did a bunch, because we did 5 of them for this month. I think it might have been the first one.
No, the first one was something entirely different.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't make the schedule.
It's going to bother me. It's going to bother me now. Someone's in the comment section going to say, he was actually in September.
Persona was really good.
Yeah. Like I said, this one was, to close it off, I was like, this is going to be cool to close off.
And Antichrist was really cool.
Yeah.
You enjoyed Antichrist, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Like, this one, it just felt like, I think I hyped it up like, this is going to be so good. And Scott's like, I like it. I'm like, Scott's not really a horror buff. I'm like, this must be really good. And I was like...
And it's not as much of a horror movie as you thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it was fine. There's cool images.
It's better than Valerie, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least for us.
Is Valerie the...
I think it's the weak point.
I was a teenage zombie of this year.
I think it was the weak point of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything else was
so that's
solid.
2 rents from us. Speaking of rents, we have to address something that happened this week.
Yeah.
So Filmstruck announced that they're ending. We had a discussion about this when you told me Filmstruck was ending. I was like, oh no. So we had to have a talk. So we had to talk about what we're gonna do with, because I know that a lot of our watching is through Filmstruck.
Yes.
Especially the fan suggestions.
Definitely.
We could probably find it on Amazon, but some of them aren't on Amazon because they're foreign or something like that. There's some reasons. But what's that mean for Criterion Connection? Nothing really. We're still going to do the show. Of course.
It's not going to be as flexible as it used to be.
Yes. So if you suggest something and it's hard to get and it was only available on Filmstruck, we're probably not going to pick it. Sorry, I wish we could. But until Criterion has another digital service that offers all their Criterion stuff, it's going to be a little tough for us to... But we have plenty of movies that we have not touched. He has a mountain of movies he hasn't touched. We have tons of movies. Anything that's accessible, it's stuff that could be on Hulu or Amazon or... Netflix or...
Amazon Prime. We have a bunch of different services. It's just... Filmstruck was super convenient, considering that Criterion was half owners of it.
Yeah.
So until something like that comes back, we're kind of a little bit more handcuffed than normal. So we'll probably do less fan suggestions, and we'll just do the ones that we have easy access to.
For the time being, it sucks. I don't like doing it, but I feel like Criterion, it's like they'll probably go back on Hulu. They could do all kinds of things, but I think they've straight up said they're going to work on more digital services, so we might have to really wait. But there's tons of movies. Like I said, Amazon Prime, a lot of the Criterion movies are on Amazon Prime or Amazon in general, so we might have to rent and spend some money or whatever, but we'll do it for you guys.
And that's another big thing. We don't really make any money off of this.
Yes.
So when we do buy movies, we're buying them
out of our pocket,
and it's typically a good amount of money for those who watch the show. They know how much the Criterion movies cost. You might be watching it to decide if you're going to get them. So,
you might have to watch our own videos to see if we'll buy them.
Yeah.
We'll have to go into the future. But there's just stuff like that. It sucks, but we are going to continue. We are going to do more things.
We're going to do what we can.
Yeah, we're going to do what we can. The show is not ending by any means. That's definitely not going to happen. That was never a fucking question in my head.
It was more like, damn, how hard is the show going to be now?
Yeah, it's not going to be that hard. We have plenty. Honestly, with the movies we have a whole year worth combined of our movies. That's what I'm saying. We have plenty of movies to go through. And, we're still going to try doing stuff. Maybe, not promising, but maybe... maybe this next month we also watch December's movies, and maybe we'll do that as a fan suggestion as a last.
Do the last fan suggestion
because Filmstruck ends.
The end of November.
Filmstruck ends at November 29th, so we might just binge do November and December that month. So if we're wearing the same clothes, apologies or whatever. But. We might do that. We might make December fan suggestion. I think that might be a good idea.
That'd be a nice love letter.
Yeah. We're going to we're going to try doing the ones that are really hard to find. So if you have some that are on Filmstruck that are hard to find on DVD or anywhere else, please suggest them in these videos, this video or the next video. And basically, I guess till the end of November, please. We don't want to watch all these in 1 week and be like, I'm tired of movies. And that might skew our reviews and stuff like that. So I don't
start right away.
Yeah. So leave a suggestion. So next week is episode 200 week for the Condish podcast. The podcast is turning 200 episodes. We're doing special things. So next week, Joe will not be here. But Scott will be because he was like, I gotta do this. If you're doing that movie, I gotta do it. So he was originally trying to do this movie. I was like, no.
Yeah, because then he would be on 2 in a row. We can't have that.
Yeah, we can't have that. So next week we are doing... I think it's being released on Criterion this week. I think it was released today, or yesterday. It is The Princess Bride. Scott, it's basically an excuse for me to show my girlfriend. She's never seen The Princess Bride. So it's an excuse to show her The Princess Bride.
She's going to love it.
Yeah, I think so too. So
most people do.
So I'm going to rewatch. I'm not going to be like, oh, I've seen it. I'm going to watch it. I haven't watched it in maybe 5 years. So
you're gonna love it too.
yeah, I haven't watched it in a while, so I'll watch it. But we're doing The Princess Bride, and we actually have a lot of lined up for this month. We have, I think we have the next 3 weeks planned out.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's also Ingmar Bergman, the 100 collection or whatever it is, 100 years.
Can't do all that.
No, we're not. But we're doing a special one this month for Ingmar Bergman. We're doing Bergman. Definitely Bergman is going to be in this month. I don't know if we're going to do it next week or we're going to do it after Princess Bride, the week after. Not sure. It matters on how the other movie we've chosen, how it is streaming-wise. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's about it. Sorry, it was a short review, but we talked about Filmstruck, so it's still a good-sized episode here. So yeah, hope you enjoy your Halloween. It's going to be extra... it's going to be extra spooky. So until next time, I'm Wade.
And I'm Joe.
And we will see you later.